he saw that humans can be wicked. Like, he no believer. He shocked. Imagine where God blow. Like, he's at a point he started repenting. He was like, why did I even create these people? Like, why? Hello, everyone. Welcome to Bible Stories with Victoria. And today we'll be looking at a very interesting story in the Bible. We'll be looking at the story of Noah. It's a popular story, and we'll be looking at chapter 6, 7, 8, and 9 in this short time. So God realized that men began to multiply in the face of the earth. People were, he said we should dominate and have dominion and multiply. Yeah. So men started multiplying, daughters and sons of men saw ladies, beautiful ladies, and were like, oh my God, they're great. And they decided to pick ones for themselves and marry. And guess what? They started giving birth to giants, started giving birth to kids. Yeah. God saw these things. He's shocked because he found out that wickedness on earth increased. There was violence, there was killings, like in no believer. He's shocked. Imagine where God blow. Like, he's at a point he started repenting. He was like, why did I even create these people? Like, why? Like, he didn't believe it. I created these people in my image. How will you guys do this? And he said, more first he reduced a man's lifespan to 120 years. And after that, he saw that it was not enough. He said, no, I'm going to destroy this earth. Like, you guys make me regret creating man. I'm going to destroy earth. But then again, there was this one man that was on earth, and he was just Noah. Noah walked with God. Like, he had a walk with God. There's a difference between walking for God and having a walk with God. Well, having a walk with God is you walking side by side with God. That's relationship, that's fellowship. So Noah had a fellowship with God, he had a relationship with God. And God told him, like, guy, stay with me. Look at what I want to do. God told him his plans, and look at what I want to do. Noah had 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And he told him, okay, see what I'm going to do. And I want you to do something for me. And Noah was like, oh God, anything for you. And God told him, okay, I want you to build an ark, a boat, because look at what I'm going to do. I'm going to destroy this earth. And I want you to build an ark. And God gave him specifications of how that ark should look like. We're going to be looking at that in Genesis chapter 6, verse 14. And God said, build a boat for yourself out of good timber, make room in it, and cover it with tar inside and out. Make it 450 feet long, 75 feet wide, and 45 feet high. Make a roof for the boat and leave a space of 18 inches between the roof and the sides. Build it with 3 decks and put a door in the side. That was very simple and precise. And Noah was like, okay. So I made my findings and I found out that tar, let me read it. Tar is a thick, dark, viscous liquid derived from distilling organic materials like coal or wood used for paving roads and waterproofing roofs. So you see that God has sense. He told him to use tar inside and outside just so that water wouldn't get in. And God told him that, oh, see, carry clean animals and put them in 7 pairs, then unclean animals just 1. But I want to ask, so the number of cockroaches and rats we have in those words, don't tell me that they were among the clean animals too that entered in 7 pairs, because these people are much. But was Noah at that point, I'll be like, God, some animals not supposed to enter this ark. Mosquitoes, like, why? That's by the way. So after Noah was done with the ark, God told him that it's going to rain in the next 7 days. He told people around him. I can imagine how Noah was shouting, rain is coming, oh, you guys to come and enter this ark. And they'll be like, they play. It's on they feel like. And the people that entered the ark was just he, his wife, his 3 sons, and their wives too as well. And Noah was 600 years old when this flood started. And from the record in the Bible, it started in the 17th day of the 2nd month. Now let's say it's this our time, let's say it's at this our time this flood happened, it means to say that the flood started on the 17th of February after Valentine. So these people, let's say it happened now. After Valentine, they will be like, oh, maybe one guy don't go promise him, babe, don't worry. After this vow, I'm going to take care of you. No, say floods they come. And on the 17th day, flood started. Hell, Timo. And this thing happened for 40 whole days. 40 days, Noah was inside, and the flood continued. And from the record, this flood or this water covered the highest mountain. Like no mountain was seen. Imagine, like, and it covered the whole earth. Like crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Like crazy stuff. So they were inside there, and after the rain stopped on the 40th day, it took 150 days for the water to start going down. And on the 7th month, that was when the ark finally rested on top of a mountain. Water never still go down. Oh. You know, I like the Bible, they deal with numbers, so that your mind go day say, okay, it was a strong one. Then on the 10th month was when mountain tops were being seen. So it means that for a whole year they were inside the ark. Then the following year, when Noah was already 601, on the 2nd month of that year, let's say it happened in our time, that should be February, and that was when the earth finally dried up, and he came out, him and his family, and gave thanks to God, because now only God feel run. They gave thanks to God. He brought out from the clean beast one animal each from the clean beast and sacrifices to God. And of course, the smell pleased Onyewim, and God answered them. And God made a promise, and he blessed them. He also made a promise to them and all that. You can check it in the Bible in chapter 8. Yeah, chapter 8, chapter 9. And he blessed them. But then the thing no agree because the sacrifice was much and it touched his heart. And what he now did was he made a promise. He said he was going to use a token to seal this promise to them. And God said he was going to give them a sign. And let's look at what the sign was in chapter 9, verse 12. As a sign of this everlasting covenant which I am making with you and with all living beings, I am putting my bow in the clouds. It will be the sign of my covenant with the world. Whenever I cover the sky with clouds and the rainbow appears, I remember my promise to you and to all the animals that a flood will never again destroy all living beings. When the rainbow appears in the clouds, I will see it and remember the everlasting covenant between me and all living beings on earth. That is the sign of the promise which I am making to all living beings. So the rainbow was a sign. It was a covenant between God and mankind that, whenever I see this thing, it means that, I made this promise to these people and I'm going to keep it. And that's why you get how rain go fall like this. The next one will just see the rainbow. God just remember that, I'm not supposed to destroy this air, because seriously, with the way things are happening, floods supposed to happen. But then God is a promise keeper, and each time, the rainbow comes, that he remembers the promise. And let me digress a bit. Now, this community that say that rainbow is their sign or whatever, you guys are confused, man, because it is clearly a promise between God and mankind. So where do you guys get your stuff from? You know yourselves. Anyways, it's come to the end of this story, and there are just two things I picked from the story. First is God is detailed about us. Now look at how he gave Noah pure details of how the ark should look like. From the wood he should use, he told him to get a very good timber. From the wood he should use, from the materials he should use, how tall, how wide, how, to make sure that he protected Noah. So now I got to think, I was like, okay, if God can actually do this, it means that I can actually bet my life on him. Why don't I make him the captain of my life? See, God is interested in everything that concerns you, if you allow him. From the way he took care of Noah and his family, it's obvious that God is capable. God is capable. Why not allow him direct your life? Why not allow, just yield to him? He is capable of leading you. He's capable of giving you direction. If he can be this detailed with the ark, what make you think that he cannot be detailed with your life? God is a very detailed God, because he even talked about if he knows the numbers of hair on your head. So he's very detailed. So just trust in him. The second lesson I learned from this story is how diligent Noah was with building the ark. Now you cannot tell me that when Noah was building this ark, people were not laughing at him, because he'll be telling people rain is falling, rain is going to come, there's going to be flood. If it was in this generation, they will drag Noah. Like in mind go there, they will drag Noah in this generation. But Noah was focused on the assignment God has given to him. Noah was diligent. I'm sure they would have dragged these kids and be like, make una carry your papa go Shaika because there's something wrong with your father. But instead, he was focused on the assignment. Now, there are some things God has laid in our hearts to do. There are some assignment, there are some ideas and vision God has laid in our hearts to execute, and we are stalling on it because of what people will say. Oh, if my friends see me now doing this thing, what will they say? Oh, I'm not popular yet. If I do it, nobody will see me. Who is talking about that? If God has laid something in your heart, if God has given you an assignment, you do it. If God has said, oh, do this thing, I want you to do this. If it's a foundation, if it's an outreach, if it's a podcast, if it's a movie, if it's to shoot a movie, if it's to direct a film, do it. Some persons, God has given you ideas on movies to produce, because we don't even have so many Christian, movies these days. But God has told you, oh yeah, direct this particular film. But you're like, who will watch it? Why not do it first? So my people, this is the end of today's episode, and I want to take your time and read the story and comment your thoughts at the comment section, right? Tell me what you also learned from the story and how you can apply them to your life, right? Yes. So see you guys in the next episode. Bye.